Welcome back. We have a lot to talk about today. We're talking about pushing on 50 cents door right now at 49 cent with XRP, and bigger news, which I think can help push it over the 50 cent mark today and even bring a little FOMO with it. It's Bank of America and RippleNet, baby. Let's roll that beautiful intro and get into this thing.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
All right, welcome back to the show. You can follow me on Twitter at BackupBradleyAbove at the top of the screen and everything that we're talking about here today. Lots to go over. Let's start with the light stuff first. You know how we do it, but we want to pay attention to it because it does mean big things down the road. First of all, shout out to Michael Val 5 Links and Jesus Tejero for the Bank of America news, which we're about to get into in just a second. Finance platform backed by Amazon's Jeff Bezos launching crypto trading services in Africa. Charles Hoskins from ADA Cardano has said, as well as many other people in this space have said, it is probably the last bastion for investment and building new things and technologies. It is untapped as a country, and there are huge advantages for going into that space and really launching all this new technology and banking the unbanked. So really exciting stuff there. And I think over the next 5 or so years, you're going to see massive positive things come out of Africa. So let's take a look at this now. Ethereum from DJ Peter Vass. Ethereum first break over $500 in 2.5 years. Shout out to Ethereum holders. And I know I wish I had a lot more than I do, but nevertheless, it is cool to see it back over 500. Again, you know, I think when we look at Bitcoin as a store of value, Ethereum as a smart contract network, and then XRP as a bridge currency to the world, which is about to get really heavily involved in the smart contract business. And we're going to cross that up with the interoperability of the Flare network that builds a two-way bridge between the Ethereum network and the XRP ledger back and forth. I tell you, it's extremely positive. What I think of is the many different protocols of the internet we're using right now and how all those different protocols work together as a single federated unit. And that's how we see the internet as one thing, but it's really many different layers of protocols working together. And what I see is the early days of that happening again here. I can tell you that later today, Mickey B. Fresh and myself are going to be sitting down offline and interviewing Hugo from the Flare network. And there is going to be some breaking news that comes with that. You're going to want to tune in for it. So I will be posting it shortly after we do the offline interview. So keep a lookout for that later today. All right, moving on. Looks like we broke Google. We broke Google. And it's just amazing. Ripple searches are up 400% in the past week. Oh my, oh my. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. It's nothing but good stuff coming. Look at this. How about these numbers right here? Coinbase assets under custody currently stand at $20 billion. But listen to this. $14 billion of which were accumulated since April. Coinbase highlights a string of bullish events that have really unleashed a wave of institutional adoption. You better believe it, because that's institutional money moving the needle from April till now by $14 billion. Yeah, I think it's safe to say crypto's here to stay. Then looking at this right here, here's some more positive news because we're about to look at price right now. XRP price weekly chart suggests high chances of more upside towards 60 to 75 cent range. Well, who's upset about that? Because it's not this guy. Bring it on. I wanted to show this because I thought this was quite interesting. Timothy Peterson, who is a Bitcoin maximalist and a huge investor in Bitcoin, says, I know it doesn't look like much, but this is XRP's lowest price forward, and it shows the 26 cent mark or what have you. And it says, I think people will be surprised at Ripple's performance in 2021. It will probably have its best year since 2017 and maybe outperform Bitcoin. And that's obviously as far as percentages goes, right? Not price. I don't believe he's saying. But, shout out to Timothy Peterson for just showing what he thinks and not being afraid to step outside of Bitcoin and where that investment is. So I think that's huge when you have people that are heavily invested in other areas of the digital asset space, and they're willing to concede that they see huge upside here going forward in the next year. Now, let's just take a look at this. We are almost at 50 cents, ladies and gentlemen. 49.89 is where we are. 0.4989 right now. And when I started this video, we were up over 80% on the 7-day. 80% on the 7-day. I got to tell you, that is incredible. And we'll come back and try to look at this before we finish this video. We just may break 50 cents. And I'm telling you right now, it's pretty amazing because look at this. Here's some more impending news here. Michael Val 5 says, now, Kimes, where did we hear that before? The dollar has lost significant value against the Chinese yuan. Since May of this year, it has dropped from $1 buying you 7.2 CNY to now just 6.5 CNY. It's the lowest level in 2 years. This is impending doom right here, ladies and gentlemen. What we're talking about is a dollar devaluation or the loss of the value of the dollar, however you would like to say it. This is a conversation that he's talking about. Michael Val 5 is talking about here that references when I covered the IMF conference, and we had Barry Eichengreen and Gita Gopinath and all the other important people surrounding the IMF and economists that participated in a conversation that really talked about the idea of an external adjustment to the dominant currencies of the world, just like the U.S. dollar. These are not my words. These are the words of people in the IMF conference, and that's exactly how they said them. And they spent over an hour talking about the shocks and the effects of doing that to dominant currencies like the U.S. dollar. I'm not adding that part. That's what they said. You can go back and watch the conference or the video I did. Just put in IMF dollar devalue or debasement. It'll come up. And, it's quite shocking to me to see this right here and to know that, look, I've said this before, the banks, the governments, the countries, their back is against the wall. They need this more than we want it. And we want it really bad. You can tell we want it really bad. Look how it's flying off the shelf. 50 cents. We just broke 50 cents, ladies and gentlemen. We just broke 50 cents right now. Now, that is pretty damn remarkable. Just while we're making this video, right now we are over 50 cents for the first time in over 2 years, I believe it is. It's unbelievable. If I'm not mistaken, it has been quite a while. Oh, my goodness. Even look at Fiat Link, just throwing out a pulse signal like, yeah, the universe has spoken. Yeah, and I'll tell you what's interesting about this. Not only is it the impending pressure on the fiat currencies of the world, like the U.S. dollar itself, but, don't forget that we're almost 30 days into the Fed and FinCEN expanding the definition of money to explicitly include cryptocurrencies right there. And that was done, and that came out at the end of October. So we're almost 30 days into that proposal, and it should be published, and that should be amended for the Federal Reserve and FinCEN to have the definition of money include explicitly virtual currencies. I think we're going to see huge shifts, paradigm shift at how digital currencies are looked at when that definition is amended. And that's days away. Okay, now here's the other thing that's kind of putting pressure from the other side of the fence, the way I see it. I see XRP obviously either being a global stablecoin or a stablecoin being launched off of the asset that will be used as a global stablecoin. Either way, it's good news. And no, it doesn't mean it has to be $1 in value. It needs to be a high number in value to be able to handle the world's payments for the central bank's back end, and then obviously derivatives market, clearing, settling, and all of that. So when you look at the number of new account activations on the XRP ledger, it has hit a one-year high of 4,224 accounts per day. Yeah, I bet that number goes up again now. I bet it goes up again now because we're headed to 51 cents. But when I look at this and I think about the impending pressure of the dollar losing its collapse and strength, I think about the idea that if this in fact is going to be used as a global stablecoin, or let's just call it a bridge currency for the world, which is what it's designed for, how much longer can the central banks of the world, the governments of the world, allow this many new accounts open up while this asset is just 50 cents? Like I said, they need it more than we want it, and we want it pretty damn bad. But the reality is they need it more than we do. So how much longer are they going to allow people to open up accounts like this while it's 50 cents? Knowing full well it needs to be at least 4 digits to handle at least a portion or percentage of the settlement that goes on in the central banking world. Now, moving forward here, this is interesting too from Visa, because it says Visa CEO payments giant implementing long-term crypto strategy. What they say that's interesting here, and I'm going to get right to it, we are not as interested in crypto that is a commodity-based play. We are interested in crypto that ultimately becomes fiat-based. So there's a clear understanding of the value when there's an exchange of crypto for purchase of a good or service. This is what they're saying here. So we need this to be, even if you have Bitcoin, which is not a fiat-based token, right? It's a commodity. Right? But they're interested because they're into payments and getting the merchant the money they need. They're interested in you converting that into, let's say, a stable coin, right? And then the merchant be able to accept that fiat stable coin because that's the money they were wanting anyway for the item. So it's exciting to me because I feel like what they're really pointing to is the friction that exists between a real crypto asset that is commodity backed versus getting it to the fiat stable coin, and that bridge that happens in between because of the friction. And that, to me, is where XRP comes in. Indirectly or directly, Visa is connected to Ripple. So we will see how that progresses as we go forward here. And there's the actual article. I'm not going to read it to you. Here is the big bombshell today that I believe has just pushed XRP over 50 cents. Ripple officially adds Bank of America as top RippleNet member on the website. Now, let's go to this and shout out to Jesus Tejero and Michael Val 5 Links for this information this morning. They both sent it to me, and I got to give them both credit for it. RippleNet membership right here on Ripple.com, RippleNet committee. You go down here, growing and involving RippleNet, and look who happens to be first, because it used to be Standard Chartered. Bank of America, ladies and gentlemen, right there for your own eyes. Feast upon it. And I believe that's exactly why you're seeing XRP pushing right now and knocking on 51 cents door. This is amazing. And I think we're going to have a great day because of it. Now, you want even more good news? Well, even more good news is what I've been running up everybody's flagpole. And that simply is this. XRP Ledger open source technology is being looked at by central banks to issue stable coins off of. That's not my words. Those are Brad Garlinghouse's words. It's even bigger than what we're talking about right now with RippleNet and Bank of America. And that's enormous news. But you know what? So is all the central banks of the world looking at launching and issuing stable coins off of the XRP ledger, which I highly believe is absolutely going to happen. And when they do it, I think it's going to look pretty something similar to this. They'll take a percentage of their Nostro accounts, put it towards backing the CBDC, right? And I should have a CBDC right there, excuse me. And if you look at that percentage of Nostro Vocio accounts towards backing the CBDC and an XRP pool, so each central bank takes a portion of their Nostro account and puts it towards a fiat reserve and puts it in the XRP pool. And everyone does that in a measured way to provide enough utility and collateral on the network because they're backing the CBDCs themselves. And by default, out because you're using the highway, the universal highway, which is the XRP ledger, and drawing off the XRP pool that they're all collectively working in, you're going to get an extremely high price for XRP to settle all the payments and daily flows every day for this central banking system and all the CBDCs of the world. That's what we're talking about here. And ultimately, that's where we're going. So I could tell you, I'm extremely excited to see this happening today. And I love taking a look at the portfolio every now and again because of it. But make no mistake, we just crossed 51 cents while we're sitting right here in this chair. This is amazing. But I'll tell you this, as amazing as this is, I'm here for this. This is what I'm here for. 4 and 5 digit XRP, because it don't work at 51 cents. And I love the idea that we're looking at the notion of this many 4,224 accounts per day. What do you think the number of accounts opening up today for XRP are? Oh, I bet it's way over that number right now, and it'll continue to be. And how much longer are the central banks of the world going to let that happen without jacking the price up and bringing and collateralizing this network to be able to take it to a place where it's $1,000 or more, and then they tell you, hey, help yourself, start an account all day, but it's $1,000 in XRP going forward. That moment, I don't feel is very far away from us. I really do not. And if I'm wrong, I'll make the video about it. All right, that's going to do it for me. Listen, some really great specials for you guys because we're close to Black Friday. 3 months free with Clinton Donnelly, the crypto tax fixer. Click on the tornado link that I will put in the description. Cryptos. Guys, don't forget the .crypto is a new asset class. It's amazing. Get yourself some .cryptos. Think about the industries in the space. Don't think about trademark names. Think about the industries in the space. You're going to come up with some great stuff like Vacations Unlimited, .crypto. That's a great idea. And then also, I Trust Capital. It's got some really great stuff going on right now too. Check out them. Best crypto IRA offering in the world right now. There's no doubt about it. Make sure you check it all out. And Pure VPN running a Black Friday special as well. It is, I can't remember what the deal is, but it is a very, very discounted deal. Make sure you check that out in the link in the description too. And I will catch all of you on the next one.